What's up guys, just Messi here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to your daily dose of transfer gossip. Today, start of a brand new weekend is Saturday, August the 20th. And today we've got even more Premier League football to look forward to with Leicester hosting Arsenal. So it's first versus second from last season guys. So before we get any further, as always, if you enjoyed this video, smash the like button, 1,000 followers likes would be absolutely awesome. If you're new to my channel, click that subscribe button for daily FIFA content and also in the comments below, let me know your thoughts on today's rumours and let me know what rumours I should do in the next episode. And because it is the start of the weekend, we had the weekend challenge by trying to smash 1,000 likes before 12 PM UK time or 4 hours after the video goes live. And finally, if you missed yesterday's video, be down below in that description box guys. 8 AM is transfers and after 9 PM is the second video of the day. So starting off with the confirmed transfers as we always do. The very first player is going to be Steven Pereyra going to Sunderland. He's going to be linking back up with David Moyes after he was previously managed by him at Everton. So it's a player that's got on a free transfer after being released by Everton back in June. And to be fair, I'm pretty sure he's been training with them ever since David Moyes took over. He's kind of like proven he's still got his fitness and stuff and has now signed a contract. And now we go on to Conco today. A player back in the day like FIFA 13, FIFA 14, he was so damn good. And over the last couple of FIFAs, he's lost a lot of pace. He's gone down to 79 now, but he's gone to Atalanta from Lazio on a free transfer. Next up, we've got Vincent Sasso going to Sheffield Wednesday. I believe he was there last season on loan from Braga, but now he's joined them on a free transfer. I've never seen him in real life, so I can't give any judgment whatsoever how good or bad he actually is. Now we go on to Christian Espinoza going to a team called Alaves. That is in Spain from Villarreal on a loan deal. He actually joined Villarreal 2 weeks ago for £6.12 million. He is only 21 years old, so I wouldn't look at his FIFA card too much as this time next year it could be looking a lot better. Now we go on to Emre Basan going to a team in Turkey called Rizespor. That is from Galatasaray on a loan deal and he only actually joined Galatasaray back in July on a free transfer from Antalyaspor. So he's gone there again on a loan deal as I'm assuming they currently offer him too much first team football. Now we go on to Leandro Castan. This one really confuses me. So he is owned by Roma, but he was loaned out a couple of weeks ago, probably even about a month or so ago, to Sampdoria in Italy. And now Sampdoria have loaned him to Torino. And that's the bit that confuses me because had they cancelled the Sampdoria loan, he's gone just to Torino, or have Sampdoria, because they paid a fee to get him. I think they paid £400,000 to get that loan in the first place. Honestly, I have no idea myself, so if you know the answer, let me know down below in the comments. Now we move on to Yunus Kabul completing a switch from Sunderland to go to Watford. It was mentioned on Thursday how the club had agreed a fee for him, but the fee is still undisclosed, so we don't actually know. But that's not the only sign that Watford made yesterday. They also bought this guy, Roberto Pereyra. Now this one is from Juventus for €15 million or £13 million. And that's a new club record after signing Isaac's success earlier on this summer. So Roberto Pereyra, I'm not gonna lie, I've not seen too much of him, but his FIFA card, I'm not going to judge it just off that by the way, but he's so good for foot. And in regards to real life, I'm actually quite interested to see how well he does because again, I've not seen too much of him, but now he's in the Premier League, I can see him every single week. And back onto the topic of FIFA Ultimate Team, if he has a card like that on FIFA 17 and gets informed, that'd be so good. Now finally we got onto a contract extension this time to Davy Proper of PSV. His name's probably pronounced Pereyra or something, so apologies about that, but he signed a new deal with PSV until 2020. And now we move on to the potential deals. And first up, one for Rangers fans, Joe Garner. According to Sky Sports News, they understand that Joe Garner's move from Preston to Rangers has been completed and the striker will sign a 3-year deal. And apparently he said all his goodbyes to the Preston team and stuff and now will move to Rangers. And there's one goal of his in particular they keep showing on Sky Sports adverts. Absolute banger for Preston. He flicks up, takes another touch and volleys it home. Unreal goal. Now we move on to Aguirre today, linked to Werder Bremen. I forgot to mention during the Joe Garner stuff, but Rangers will be on FIFA 17. Back onto this guy though, he's linked to Werder Bremen from Celtic. It is a very brief one again, but it does say that Sky sources understand Werder Bremen are interested in signing Celtic defender Emilio Izaguirre. I'm not sure whether Brendan Rodgers will sell him or not, we'll have to wait and see. Now we go on to Mario Balotelli linked to Wolves. According to the Daily Express, Mario Balotelli could be in line for a sensational move to Championship side Wolverhampton Wanderers. This is thanks to his links with super agent Jorge Mendes and Jose Mourinho. I know Mario Balotelli did contact Jose Mourinho asking for advice on his transfer, but I'm not sure where Jorge Mendes comes in. But still, if he goes down to the Championship, I'm assuming he'd find his form again and potentially get more confidence about him, because right now he does always appear to be very confident and arrogant, you could say, but I think generally the guy has not been great for the last 2 years. He's had injury problems and his form has been horrific. He's just turned 26 years old, so he's definitely not past it at all. He still has that potential there. He just needs to get to a club where he can score goals, be the main man and get back again to what that potential kind of suggested. The next player is going to be a player I cannot say his name. I'm going to try it anyway. Thomas Hortu, linked to Swansea City. Swansea City are tracking Udinese defender Thomas Hortu, according to South Wales Evening Post. The departure of former captain Ashley Williams to Everton has prompted Francesco Guilin to go back into the transfer market for cover, with Hortu reportedly on a 7-man shortlist. So that's a big shortlist right there, and he did say yesterday in his press conference he will probably go to the Serie A to get a player. And whether this guy is him or not, we'll have to wait and see, as I always say. Now we go on to Oumar Niasse, an Everton player I say every time. They bought in January for £13.5 million. He played like 50 minutes or so, 100 minutes, and now linked to Hull City. According to the Liverpool Echo, Everton manager Ronald Koeman has told Oumar Niasse he needs to leave the club for the sake of his career. So Koeman being absolute savage right there. I'm not sure what Niasse's done wrong because he's not really had too many minutes on the pitch to kind of show what he can do. To be fair, Niasse did score a lot of goals in the Russian league, so it must be something to do with training or something. He may have had a great work ethic. They kind of pushed him down the pecking order. And the guy that signed him, Roberto Martinez, he even hardly played him as well. So again, must be something wrong, probably to do with his work ethic. But according to, again, this article, Hull City are said to be interested in the 26-year-old Senegalese striker. He was also linked to Crystal Palace. Now we go on to Lamine Kone, apparently rejected a new contract offer from Sunderland. The defender has been heavily linked with a move to Everton, but the Sunderland boss David Moyes is keen to keep hold of him at the Stadium of Light. And during his press conference yesterday, David Moyes did say that Lamine Kone has refused a new deal, an improved deal with Sunderland, and has arrived in the morning with a bad back. Most sites are saying that the contract offer was £50,000 per week. David Moyes also said yesterday that Sunderland are not interested in signing Aston Villa centre-back Joe Lescott. And now we move on to a Chelsea target. That is going to be Nikola Maksimovic of Torino. According to Sky Sports Italia, Napoli have joined Chelsea in the race to sign Torino centre-back Nikola Maksimovic. He's seen as one of a number of defensive targets that the Blues are currently tracking. And this could tie in with what Antonio Conte said yesterday during his press conference. He said that Chelsea are currently in the market for a new defender. That could also be Koulibaly from Napoli, because as of right now, there are a lot of rumours going about saying Chelsea are ready to make a massive bid, and some sites are saying that Napoli have already rejected a massive one. But back onto a guy on your screen right now, Maksimovic. He's linked to both clubs, Napoli and Chelsea, so if Koulibaly goes to Chelsea, Maksimovic will probably go to Napoli. And if Koulibaly does stay at Napoli, Maksimovic could be on his way to Stamford Bridge. That's how I look at it anyway, as that kind of makes a little bit of sense. Now we move on to CM de Jong, linked to PSV Eindhoven. CM de Jong is close to agreeing a return to the Eredivisie, according to Votesport International. The former Ajax player is set to join PSV Eindhoven, where he will be linking up with his brother, Luke de Jong. And both the de Jong brothers have played for Newcastle, and both really didn't work out whatsoever. Now we go on to Joel Campbell of Arsenal, linked to Sporting. The source for this one is going to be Ojogo in Portugal, and they're saying that Arsenal are set to loan winger Joel Campbell to Sporting until the end of the season. The Costa Rican winger is already in Lisbon to undergo a medical and sign a contract. I thought I saw on Twitter that he had a really good pre-season and that Arsene Wenger was actually going to give him a bit of a chance this season. Well, clearly not basing it off this. Joel Campbell, I think, is a really good option off the bench. Like, to be honest, what does Theo Walcott offer that Joel Campbell doesn't? That's what I think of it anyway, but still, could be going to Sporting. Now we move on to George Kevin Nkudu going to Spurs. Tottenham and Marseille have finally reached a renewed agreement for George Kevin Nkudu going to Spurs and Clinton Ng going to Marseille. It's understood that Nkudu will join Spurs in a permanent transfer still amounting to around £11 million. And Clinton Ng is set to join Marseille on a season-long loan, but it does have an option to buy apparently. He only joined Spurs 1 year ago, and to be honest, it's not worked out very well. He's not played many minutes, and on top of that, I think he got quite a big injury. These two transfers were supposed to go through about a month ago, but it all broke down, but now it's all back on track, and these two will probably happen. Now we move on to Carlos Bacca, now staying at Milan. The source is the AC Milan website itself, so it can't get much more legit than that. The Colombian striker Carlos Bacca will stay at AC Milan this season. The 29-year-old has been linked heavily with West Ham this summer. 1 or 2 times over this summer, David Gold has said publicly that West Ham had agreed a fee with AC Milan for Bacca. And both times he did say no, so I think he's actually holding out for a move to Paris Saint-Germain or even Atletico Madrid. But neither of those teams actually went in for him. Now we move on to Rafa today, linked to Benfica. Rafa Silva was part of the Portuguese team that won Euro 2016 this summer, and according to reports in Portugal, he's just signed a 5-year deal with Benfica. Benfica have reportedly broken the Portuguese transfer record to table a €15 million deal for the Braga man, completing the most expensive transfer in Portuguese history. That's the Portuguese league, by the way, obviously not the Portuguese nationality, because the likes of Ronaldo have gone for a hell of a lot more. In addition to the transfer fee, which now surpasses the record amount spent by Porto on João Moutinho's €11 million deal back in 2010. Benfica also offered Braga Rui Fonte as part of the deal, according to the newspaper Record. And by the time this video goes live, I'm assuming Benfica would have confirmed it. Now we've gone to Joe Hart, linked to Everton. So first up, according to the Daily Mirror, Joe Hart will join Everton on loan because Man City have moved a step closer to signing Chile goalkeeper Claudio Bravo. And that transfer will cost them £17.4 million. But now, according to Manchester Evening News, Joe Hart began to fear for his future at Man City back in May. And now, going against the report saying that Joe Hart was going on loan to Everton, some sites are saying that Man City are refusing to let England goalkeeper Joe Hart leave on a loan deal, and they want more than £30 million for the 29-year-old. And yesterday, during Pep Guardiola's press conference, he did say that Joe Hart is allowed to leave the club. And one of his quotes says, "Maybe he is staying, maybe he is leaving. This is the same for a few other players. I don't want players to stay here if they're not happy. I said to him, if he stays, he is going to improve." He's also been linked to Europa League holders Sevilla. And now this rumour, according to the Manchester Evening News, does say goalkeeper Joe Hart could trigger an exodus from Man City, as midfielders Yaya Toure and Sami Nasri, defender Mangala and striker Wilfred Boney may all leave the Etihad in this summer transfer window. So a massive summer clear out by Man City and Pep Guardiola. Now we go on to Mustafi, again linked to Arsenal. Arsene Wenger has finally received a boost in his attempts to sign Valencia defender Mustafi. The Spanish club have admitted they'll have to sell to balance the books. That is according to the Daily Mirror. Now we move on to Romelu Lukaku, apparently turning down Chelsea. Again, according to the Daily Mirror, Lukaku has decided to turn down Chelsea's advances and stay at Everton for at least one more season. He will now be offered a new contract worth over £100,000 per week. But I think one more high scoring season for Everton, and he'll definitely be joining another club. Now we move on to Jeffrey Schlupp, again linked to West Brom, despite Leicester saying no. West Brom are now relying on long-term target Jeffrey Schlupp to force Leicester City's hand. This is because talks are now at a standstill between the two clubs over a £12 million move for the wide man. 1 week ago, he was removed completely from the Leicester team to play Hull City. And 2 days ago, Leicester pulled the plug on the deal. So West Brom, they're kind of hoping Schlupp hands in a transfer request. And that is according to the Birmingham Mail. Next up, we've gone to Bjorn Engels, linked to Borussia Dortmund and Arsenal. This is according to a Belgium outlet, but it's been recovered by the Evening Standard. And they said that Club Brugge defender Bjorn Engels, who's 21 years old, has said he is too young to consider a move to Arsenal or Borussia Dortmund. A very short one regarding Gabigol, according to HITC. Striker Gabriel Barbosa is a target for Manchester United and a lot of big Premier League clubs and European clubs. Apparently Santos, they may have to sell him because they're experiencing financial difficulties. And they'd probably get around £30 million plus if he comes to the Premier League. And finally, Aston Villa manager Roberto Di Matteo has insisted that Joe Lescott's move to Rangers collapsed because the 34-year-old failed to agree personal terms rather than failing a medical. But there we have it, guys. There is all today's potential transfers as well as confirmed stuff at the very beginning. So, as always, if you enjoyed this video, smash the like button. 1,500 likes would be absolutely awesome. If you're new to my channel, click that subscribe button for daily FIFA content. In the comments below, let me know your thoughts on today's rumours, and let me know what rumours I should do in the next episode. If you missed yesterday's video, it's down below in that description box, guys. 8 minutes transfers after 9 PM is the second video of the day. And finally, it is the weekend challenge, guys. So try and smash 1,000 likes before 12 PM UK time, or 4 hours after the video goes live. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.